Welcome back, everyone. I thought I'd do another video. The Falcon today. I just dropped off the Escort at Benchmark Solutions here in Newcastle. Got the my FG Falcon ready with a car trailer in case anything goes wrong. Touch wood. But let's keep the phone handy now and see if I hear from him. So what I'm going to do today is start doing some more surgery on this rear panel. So before I can really do anything about getting everything right, I need to rebuild these edges. Put some patches in there. So I want to have these clecos on both sides, this rear panel. And once I've got them in there, I get an idea about where this sits, where it's happy. Because what I've done, I went to me, one of my mates has a neighbour who's got an XA coupe, and he said it's in pretty good condition, and his neighbour said he's more than happy for me to come over and do some measurements to compare it to mine. So what I've done, I went to Bunnings, and I forgot to bring a ruler with me. So I went to Bunnings and got this metal ruler, and whilst I was there, found this profile gauge. I recently bought one on eBay, but I didn't realise that Bunnings had them. So yeah, got this profile gauge, and I thought this is the ideal tool to ensure that all this stuff's right. So what I've done, I just had a quick look at it now. So when you go to this corner, I line it up there, and then I'll push down. Like that. Yeah, it's pretty close to being right. Yep. So I'll test that out. I'll go to somewhere else, so I'll look at it from this point here. Flip it over. There. Yeah, so it's pretty close. I noticed just now, this corner here, look at it from this point, it's uneven. And you look at it over here, this here protrudes a bit more. So upon looking at this a little bit more, I can see that yeah, this here's lifted up. Just got to pull that out. And all good. Little things I can fix up when I pull the panel off. But yeah, this XA coupe, I had a look at it on the weekend, and it's really nice, really inspiring to look at somebody else's work, and yeah, give me an idea about what this car's going to look like when it's finished. Because back many years ago, Mum and Dad had a XB wagon, and yeah, we had a lot of good times in that car. We used to go on holidays up Byron Bay and up North Coast near Queensland. Yeah, it has good times, the old XB wagon. I was actually going to get one, and then I thought, might as well just get a coupe. I mean, I could get a wagon, there's nothing wrong with them, but yeah, these coupes are like the most highly sought after, and I really do like the look of them. I used to draw pictures of these cars when I was in primary school. I'll put a short video up of the XA coupe I'd look at. Go. start removing these quackos. They're pretty good, these things, but the only downside is that they hang out. So if you're trying to do something like in your door jams, you've got clackos hanging out and then you can't close the door. So I like to use these, where are they? Self-drilling screws. They're really good, in my opinion. Trying to hold the GoPro at the same time. There it goes, wants to fall off now. So what I'll do, I'll start making a little patch for this. So yeah, this is pretty fiddly work. So I've got different options of how I can go about cutting it out. There's this big disc. But yeah, I don't think that's going to cut it. It's just going to make a massive big mess. Then I've got this air tool. Even then, that's a bit much. So I've stepped down in tool sizes. So I've got this little Ryobi rotary tool. They're really good. It's got like, use the same principles as speedo cable. Got the inner cable goes through there, and I pull the inner cable out and dunk it in a oil container just to keep it lubed, because yeah, after a while they flog out and the ends strip on them if you're not careful. So you try not to lock the head up. But so what I'll do, I'll get these little cutting discs, very slow. Yeah, I'll cut that out carefully, and then I've also got these little rotary burr tips. You go to Bunnings and you can buy this rotary tool at a good price, but oh, there they go. As usual, they're very limited in what they have at Bunnings. Like, they've got a lot of stuff, but they can't have everything. So what I do, I get on eBay and buy these little rotary. Yeah, so I jumped on eBay and bought these rotary burr tips. I had them in the past, but the shanks on them were a lot thinner and they'd bend. But these lasted me for ages. So yeah, they're really good for doing these finer work in here, clean that up, and then I'll use it to clean up all in here. They're really good. They're cheap too, carbide, so they last for ages. You just got to keep them lubed up. In the kit, this Ryobi kit that I bought, I've had it for a while now, but yeah, it come with all these different bits in that. But I also had this one I bought in the past, a Dremel kit. Survived a shed fire. So I'll have a go with this tool. The tips, this blade's already got a bit of wear on it, but they wear out pretty quickly, but you get heaps of them with the kit. Yeah, so as you can see, the tips wear out real quickly. See, I've got the thicker type blade, but I've run out of them, so I'll swap this out now, put a new blade on. So here's the blades. As you can see, you get a lot of them. 36 pieces. So yeah, they don't last long, but yeah, just the way it is. Once you load them up too much, yeah, they wear it real quick. Yeah, so I've got Brady bird tip on now. So yeah, it's all cleaned up. It's not too thin or anything. I'll have to put little welds in there. I've turned the amps right down for this one. So I've got this cardboard. Use breakfast cereal boxes, but I just bought a sheet of this stuff from Officework. So I'm just going to mark it out. So I've got this fine tip permanent marker. Yeah, so the template's a little bit tight. That's all right. Once I got it metal, I can trim it and make it fit better. Yeah, I think I need to use the other type. This original one that I had was a bit thicker and lasted longer. But what I'll do, I'll get the air tool, I'll cut that out, and then I'll use this one to cut around here. It's going to be painful. I'll probably go for a free blaze in the process, but I need to get it pretty close. Yeah, so I've used a worn out blade. That's no good for doing bigger jobs, but it's good for this. obviously. So yeah, I'll give it a clean up now, the rotary burrer. Should be good then. You're fucked. So I've got the little patch sitting in there now. Use magnets to hold it in place. It's got a pretty big gap here, but I'll just have to fill it in with weld. I mean, you could spend... I could have made the patch a little bit better, but the amount of time it's going to take to this whole rear panel, I just figured I'd just put a load up a bit of weld, but I have to be really careful. It's pretty thin around here by the looks of it. But yeah, I'll do some welds over here just to get it sort of sitting in place, and then I'll have to bend these corners up to marry up. Same as that. Yeah, it's gonna be time consuming doing this. Now I've got a bit of weld holding it in. I can start straightening out these corners. Better. You can't rush this sort of jobs. Because the amps are so low, a lot can go wrong. Yeah, so I'll have to, yeah, I'll level out all these corners, make it all flush, and then I'll finish welding it. Yeah, swap the tip over inside it, and it's welding better now. I don't want to turn the amps up anymore, it just turns into a big mess. Yeah, so I'll keep welding it. I won't bore you with too much welding. So I use this tool now. Dress the welds back. The welds look like rubbish, but it doesn't matter. You can't do continuously perfect welds because the metal gets pretty thin in some areas. I actually might just get the angle grinder, use a flat disc, take it off quicker. Yeah, I've decided when you use the flat disc on the angle grinder, you not only take an area like metal off the surface here, you're taking it off around it. So I decided to use this burr tip. Takes longer, but at least then you know that you're not going to make any other areas thinner. So. Do the light test, put a light behind it. Yep, there's a spot there to redo. There. Yeah, I'm going to do it here yet. I tried putting the padlock trick, or the copper, anything that's copper really. I copy this off someone else's channel that's doing up these coops, but yeah, I use this lock from me when I was in the police force. We had an armory where you kept your Glock handguns, so this is a lock for that, so I'm not going to use it again. It's useless anyway, anyone could chop that with bolt cutters. So I'll try putting that behind it, but yeah, it's just easy. I'll just do it like this. Seems to work for me doing that. I'm sure there's other areas where you can use the padlock easier. Yeah, just looking for a spot there. Yeah, it's painful. If you're going to find a low area, you're better off just cutting it out. I mean, the only reason I didn't cut any more out because I want to keep this in a good profile. Just giving it a finish and touches now. Dress back the welds here. There's no holes in it now, but yeah, I'll finish dressing that back. Yeah, I'll still have to do, there's some rust holes there. What I'll do, I'll get the barrow tip, the camera's in the road, I can't get in there at the moment, but I'll open them up when the metal gets thicker, and then I'll weld them up. So I've opened the holes up a bit, cleaned up just around them, but yeah, gonna have to weld them up. So yeah, these tips are sort of critical to get in there. I mean, I've got this little mini belt air tool, but yeah, even that, this struggles to get in there. The padlock trick is freaking awesome. Great idea, Graham. So yeah. I found it better for doing like bigger holes. The little stuff, yeah, you just obviously just take your time and tack them up, but yeah, all I have to do now is dress that back and yeah, should be good. Just doing in here. I swap tips over, a lot easier. I might use that, where are they? Might use one of those barrel ones to get in there just to even it up a bit. Yeah, I use one of these now. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Maybe enough. I'll pretty it up a bit now. Got this Ryobi tool. And give it a pretty up now. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Sit there for ages, do it that way, but yeah. So what I'll do now, I do around the bottom here, all in here around. I end up just using a Scotch-Brite. Heaps quicker, little ones as well. Yeah, so that's done. Yeah, it's coming out really good. So what I'll do now, I'll start doing this section here across here now, but I'll have to take my time and do little bits at a time, because if I get too excited and take too much off, I ruin the profile. So I've got to get this right here, make sure this is all even still right around. But luckily it's all even, the whole lot around here by the looks of it. So I'll start on that now. So I've made a little section here. I just got to weld it in now and just keep following it around. Got that little section done. So now I've got that done. I didn't weld the sides, just welded it onto the panel itself, because this is going to get cut away anyway. But if you go to the other side here and have a look at that, yeah, it's in most of this side's in good shape. It's only the bottom here it's gone. Looking good so far. The inner cable packed it in completely with the MIG welder. The wire started coming out through the outer cable. So yeah, the inner cable's completely gone for. So I got this metal one this time. Sydney Tools had it in stock luckily. Just got there before closing time, got more tips. I got a heap of these rolling pads. They're in 120, which is a bit fine. I didn't want to get too coarse because yeah, it just takes more metal off than I want. So yeah, I've got these other 36s. They're good for initial dressing up with the welds and stuff. Found a dent just around here. So what I've done, I've knocked it down from underneath. Might be a little bit low there still, but what I'll do, I'll knock that down and just see what happens. But very stubborn. Metal's a lot thicker, and it seems this metal's more heaps stronger than like the well, when I compare it to the FG Falcon anyway, it seems to be a lot stronger. almost right now. Low spot there. Light. Yeah, crown there. It's about as good as I'm gonna get it, I reckon. Yeah, so that's a finished product. Finished all around here. I got the profile gauge onto it, and yeah, it's really good. I mean, a lot of this, as you probably remember, was gone. There's only bits and pieces on, so I've had this side to go off. It's really good around here, but even this here is no good. But I can make corrections to it. It's not the end of the world. But I still have to rebuild around here. I've running out of time. I just spoke to my tuner. I didn't hear from him yesterday, so I'm wondering what was going on. Getting impatient, wondering how the escort's going. And yeah, just I messaged him this morning, then he rang me up straight away. He said he's doing the emissions testing on the escort now. So the engineer requires less than 4.5% carbon monoxide in the exhaust on idle. So once I do that, that'll tick the box for the engineer, because the car's a 1975 model. It's a pretty early model car, so the emissions isn't too bad. But I'm not getting the sort of power I was chasing. I won't tell you the figure because most people don't really care anyway. Most people watch this videos for the Falcon, but I didn't get the power I was after. But at the end of the day, it's got a Falcon transmission, Falcon diff. It's only a 4-cylinder. So yeah, and he reckons the turbos run out of puff, just can't get anything more out of it. But 28 psi boost, 8,200 RPM. The whole exhaust side was glowing red, and the car, he had problems keeping the car on the rolls. It just, yeah, just wanted to get off the rolls, so he had to tie it down pretty hard. But I'll put a video up of that shortly. But back to the Falcon. What I'll do next, I'll keep on doing around here. I'll get it to the point where all these sides are good, and then I'll bolt it back up to the back here, and just, I won't finish welding this in because I want to make sure it's 100% right before I go to the trouble of welding all that. But yeah, I'm pretty confident it's going to be pretty good, I reckon. But the part I like is that this rear panel is going to be original. It's not aftermarket. It's the original Ford rear panel, which unfortunately a lot of Falcons haven't got anymore. Like, if you want a rear panel, you pretty much have to find one that's good off another donor car, or you just have to buy rare spares ones. And I haven't compared to this one to a rare spares, but apparently there's a few things are different. But yeah, I'll wrap it up for now, but I'll hopefully have another video up soon for you.